It's an oasis in the middle of the Mojave Desert. Over 30 million people come here each year. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's called the entertainment capital of the world, and we're going to take you to the highest flying act in town.
But you don't have to be an acrobat to fly in Vegas. All of that tonight on Travelers.
Hello world, I've been waiting for a chance to see your face. Oh, hello world, I am ready for a different kind of place. And I'm flying to somewhere else, 'cause I'm searching for something else. And I'm leaving, I don't know where I'm gonna land. Oh no, yes, I'm leaving, I don't know where I'm gonna land.
Hi, welcome to Travelers. I'm Pierce Funning.
I'm Michelle Kruzik.
I'm Patrick Michael.
Its name means the meadows, but there haven't been any meadows around here for a long time. Today's Las Vegas is a city of lights, gambling, and excess.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. This town is definitely larger than life. I mean, where else can you eat, drink, gamble with Elvis, even get married at a drive-through window?
When you think of Las Vegas, you think of gambling, but there's so much more here.
There's nothing subtle about Vegas. There's nothing halfway about Vegas. It's definitely all or nothing.
Las Vegas is an exhausting place to visit. It's nonstop barrage of light and sound and fancy tickling 24 hours a day.
What is it about Vegas, though? Is there something in the air? Is there something in the water? What makes Vegas Vegas?
It's the most exciting city in the world. That's why everybody comes here.
It's beautiful at night. I mean, the lights are just, it's overwhelming.
I love it. Love it. I wouldn't trade it in for nothing in the world.
If you didn't wear a watch in Vegas, you would have no idea what time it is. You can eat, you can drink, you can see a show, you can gamble, you can dance at any hour of the day.
Everything is catered to make you last a little bit longer, to make you want a little bit harder, to make you consume a little bit more.
What are your favorite things to do here?
Sightseeing, gamble.
I can get to gamble the way I would like to gamble at a show enough casino, the way I always wanted to.
You could, cheat on your wife or girlfriend or spouse, boyfriend, whoever you want.
It's like party tonight, we'll worry about tomorrow.
You can lose your life savings.
Most people think of Vegas, they think of gambling, but what else is there to do?
Oh, you can get married.
I love that. I love the energy. I love the excitement. I love the fact that nobody sleeps in this town.
It's a way to get away from it all. You get your whole life by coming to Vegas.
You could give in to any number of fantasies here, and you might get stuck here for a long time. You might not be able to leave.
Are you ever going to come back?
Yes, I will come back.
All right.
I would love to come back.
Yeah.
I would love to come back next month.
You can travel all over the world without ever leaving Las Vegas. You can go to medieval England, New York City, Hollywood, and down that way are the Great Pyramids of Egypt. And if you travel a little bit further down that way, you can go to the Caribbean or Julius Caesar's Empire of Rome.
Each hotel is trying to outdo the other, and they create bigger and grander lobbies and shows out in front to bring you in, because if they can get you in the door, you will sell your belongings just to stay.
This is the Roman Fantasy Suite at Caesar's Palace. You and I can't book this room. It's reserved for high rollers and special guests of the hotel. But if it was available, it would cost around $7,500 a night.
When you go to any hotel on the Strip, you don't have to leave it. You can eat at 7 or 8 different restaurants, see 3 or 4 different shows, gamble, socialize. You never have to see the sun.
In the early 40s, an enterprising hotel owner wanted to figure out a way to keep his guests after the second show ended. His idea, the Midnight Chuckwagon Buffet, an all-you-could-eat smorgasbord for only $1. Now, the idea was so popular that all the other hotels in town copied it. And today, you can find cheap eats and lots of them wherever you go. Here at the Rio, you can get everything from burgers to sushi for the low, low, low dinner price of $8.95. How big is this place?
Oh, this buffet of mine, this buffet serves over 6,000, 8,000 people a day, and it's a football field long, 100 yards of food from 8 different countries of the world, and along with a full-blown salad bar and a dessert bar out here.
And this is like a Sunday morning. How many people you figure in here right now?
Oh, we hold over 1,000 people seating, and we probably got another 300 out in line right now. All day today, we'll probably break 8,500 people today.
Okay, how about it, girl?
Since it is a buffet and there aren't waiters there, the chefs become your custom food consultant.
Okay, nobody driving? Operating heavy machinery today? No? Okay, here we go. A little tequila? No?
There are 11 different stations there, 11 different places you can get food, and among those stations are countries represented like Thailand, Japan, Mongolia, Mexico, the United States, Italy. You can travel all over the world inside of a buffet.
It's staggering to me. I mean, how much food is prepared in this place every day?
Every day I go through over 400 pounds of bacon, 100 gallons of pancakes. I go through 100 gallons of waffle mix. I go through 400 gallons of eggs just to serve these people out here.
And that's just
amazing.
breakfast?
Oh, 2,000 pounds of beef ribs in a day. That's just brunch, yes. That's just brunch.
I think that buffets are such an integral part of things here in Las Vegas because the whole culture is struggling to be quick, fast, and easy. The buffets are never too far away. In fact, nothing is ever too far away from the casinos. And you've got people playing slot machines, playing blackjack, playing any game you can imagine, and just feet away, if they want to take a quick break, they can run into a buffet. They can just walk in and go, I want that, eat it up, run out, and gamble some more. So really, it fits right into the whole concept of quick, fast, easy, and cheap. Why do you think buffets are so popular here and not elsewhere?
Because it's cheap and all you have to do is eat once a day.
So you would rather, when you're in Las Vegas, you'd rather eat buffet than at a normal restaurant?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It gives you the best choices.
What's your favorite part of this buffet?
I like how you can sample different kinds of foods. All at once, instead of going to different restaurants at certain times. You have it all here.
I sat down with Darren and we figured out that if you were to have one entree a day, a different entree every day in the Carnival World Buffet, you could eat a different entree for 6 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. That's how much food is there.
It's been so much fun talking to you, and I've gotten so much out of it.
I can see it. Not a napkin, unfortunately, but...
That's okay, I'll just eat my finger.
72 performers from 18 different countries, all speaking at least 9 different languages, all under one big top. Next on Travelers.
So, want to know what there is to do in Vegas? Just cruise the Strip. If you can sort through the clutter of marquees, you'll find a lengthy electronic menu of shows for every price range and taste. Las Vegas is known for big-name acts and showgirls, but there are some acts out there that break that Vegas mold.
A few years ago, some street performers and clowns and magicians and jugglers all got together and decided to put on one show that would showcase all of their talents. That was the birth of Cirque du Soleil. There's so much going on. It's surreal, and it's the most amazing combination of music and dance and theater and lights and drama, all in one complete package.
I was doing gymnastics before for 15 years, and I started to fly first time, and it was kind of weird for me.
Now tell me the truth, just between you and me, That's a long way up.
Yeah, it is.
You tell me you're not scared up there.
Oh, every time I go up there, I'm kind of nervous, but I have to be concentrated every time, so it's not really easy for me.
So many of the acts and the things that you see in Cirque du Soleil are so unique. From out of the ceiling, these trapezes come down with cords attached to them. And at first I thought it might be a safety harness, or with this particular stunt, you might need a little extra safety. But these sirens come down and sit on those little perches. And they start to swing back and forth and then throw themselves off. And that's when you discovered that those cords around their waist are actually bungee cords.
When they called me to say that I'm gonna do the bungee number, I was like, wow, okay, but I have to try it first, because I don't know what it is.
It's absolutely numbing to watch, because the tension of, oh wow, somebody's up on this trapeze, coupled with, isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? It's like a dance in the sky.
It's a great feeling. It's like you're flying. So I said, yeah, I think that's gonna be a good job for me. I think I like that.
One of the acts in the show is called the German wheel. The things he can make that wheel do, the things that he can do within that wheel, will blow your mind. All I can think of is when I was a kid and I found an old tire, and you would want to get in that tire and just spin around. And Wolfgang has brought that larger than life. Then he offered me a chance to get in the wheel, just so I could see how difficult it really is.
If you're 4 years or 80 years, doesn't matter. 1 minute and you do it on your own.
So maybe you could teach me a little?
Oh, look.
You're a coach, right?
Yeah, right. Go on.
Okay, what do I need to do?
Just step on both boards.
Just step on the board.
Step on the. Take the hands off. No hands. Just
really?
Step on the boards. On both boards. Okay. I'm gonna help you with your feet. Just come forward. Okay. Take the hands off and just start swinging. Balancing like on a whip. Just swing up and down as high as you can, or as high as you feel comfortable with. Okay. Stop. That's the thing you need to start and to stop. That's very important.
Believe me.
Now take your left hand up to this handle from the downside.
Here?
Okay. Now you just swing to the right side. You're going back and catch the other handle. Okay, we do this again, a bit more powerful, and then we go around. No, swing higher. Swing, catch it, and let it go.
Oh!
No, don't open. You have to keep the hands. Okay, exactly. Then you're going to turn around. Okay, take your hand up, swing very hard, go to the other side, catch it, and stay. And after one turn, you're just gonna try to stop it. Through the balancing we did. Oh, he's losing something. And just stop it. You see, I think it doesn't take 45 seconds to make you go around on your own.
Wow. I found out that this is actually a sport in Germany. In his hometown, you get judged in this performance like gymnastics. Here,
swing opposite side.
I gotta go way up here. Whoops, here we go, way up here.
And catch it. Okay, and there we go. When the turn is finished, you just stop again, rebalance it, and you stand.
Now, how long did it take you to learn how to do all of those tricks? I mean, you had that thing balancing on the ground and back up.
Well, till my standard now, 20 years.
It's hard enough to make the wheel go around. It's even harder to keep your lunch as it's going around. And now here we go. What I do is...
You swing to the other side, opposite way.
Go
you
here.
Want to go. You catch it and you go around.
On the way.
Yeah. And you look to the camera, give us a big smile. And stop. Well, that's it.
What's it feel like here in Vegas to perform? Is the crowd different? Are the people different in Vegas?
There's no Paris anymore, there's no Berlin anymore, there's no Tokyo. Nothing's more interesting than to perform here.
I really didn't think that people could do what they were doing. And I really didn't think that I would feel what I felt when I saw them do it. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life.
This ring.
With this ring.
I thee wed.
I thee wed. Thank you.
So why here? Why Vegas?
We came for a birthday party, and while we were here, decided to get married.
You got married? Right here?
Yesterday.
And do you think that's kind of romantic to get married here in Vegas?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Actually, we both started crying.
Is there on a special spot? No.
Yes, it is.
You know, you can get married here. You can get remarried here.
Right here?
Right here in Vegas. Yeah! Now, you know you can get married here.
I do know that. She knows that
24
too.
hours a day.
I know. That's
You can even go through the
that's
drive-thru.
trouble, right? If you get drunk enough, you consider those things.
Vegas is a town full of risk takers, and yeah, there's a lot of money won and lost on the slots. But the real gamblers are the people that come here every year to get married.
Over 100,000 people get married in Vegas every year. There's no blood test. The wedding license is only $35. So that means there's a wedding here every 5 minutes. Hey, I'm hungry.
Hey, no problem. We can fix that. Hi.
Hi.
I'd like a burger and fries, please.
Yeah, me too.
This is a wedding drive-thru. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Well, I better park the car and we should talk it over.
I had no idea that this was such a land of love. But people come from all over, not just all over the US, but all over the world to vacation here in Las Vegas. But while they're here, some spontaneous Cupid grabs them and throws them over into the little white wedding chapel.
Did you always dream of getting married in Vegas, or was this just a...
I think it was more of a spur of the moment type of thing.
Yeah.
We had never talked about getting married in Vegas in the past. I've been begging to get married for 7 years. We've been together for 8, or off and on together for 8, so...
That's great. And how do you feel about this, Roberta?
Great, it's about time. I'm getting tired of him chasing her.
They wanted to find a place where they could go and get married quick and cheap and have it done with, because they knew they were in love. They knew this was the thing. And they just wanted to have that part out of the way so they could go gamble.
We were in love, and it was time to do it.
Is this your first time?
Fine.
Thanks.
Sean, will you take Kimberly to be your wife?
Yes, I will.
Will you promise her that you will love and honor her all the days of your life?
Yes, I will.
The owner of the Little White Chapel is this really vivacious woman named Charlotte. And she has a great love of love. She loves to see people in love, and she loves to feel that all around her.
With this ring, I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Question. I have a swollen finger.
To see Kim and Sean as they were getting married,
There we go.
it was as if you were seeing them in a little country chapel somewhere. She was dressed in a beautiful white wedding dress. He was in his rented tux. Mom was all dressed up for the occasion. Yet they weren't in the country. They were at this little place that was like a fast food restaurant. And for this small, isolated period of time, maybe 20 minutes or a half an hour all told, they were in total focused, microscopic wedding world.
And by the power vested in me by the state of Nevada, at 20 minutes until 3 o'clock, here at the Little White Chapel, you are married, husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Well, Mrs. Dorn.
I did it.
So, what happens now?
Well,
We're gonna go gamble.
Gamble? Wait a minute. Isn't there something you have to do before you go gamble?
Oh, yeah.
We have to get our pictures taken.
Right outside the wedding chapel, I met Tammy and Leonard, a couple just about to be married. And Leonard had been married before.
This is my best man right here.
This is the best man.
Which I met my wife because she used to be his babysitter.
What a long tale that must be.
Yes, it is.
Tammy's grandmother had been married there. Now Tammy's married there. Leonard's brother had gotten married there. It's just this great pattern.
Leonard, will you take Tammy to be your wife?
Yes, I will.
Will you promise her that you will love and honor her all the rest of your life?
Yes, I will.
When you stop and think about everything that goes into a wedding, from planning, the invitations, to the dress, and the relatives, and all the heartache you're going to have to go through, you might end up divorced before you're married. This is the solution. So I think they come because it's convenient. I think they come because it is kind of romantic. It's kind of spontaneous. It's kind of crazy to just pick up one day and go, you and me, we're going to get married right now.
Whee! They already kissed.
We have been kissing.
All right. Everybody goes da 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 da.
Could I please have you fill this out?
That's not how you spell my name, baby.
I'm nervous here. Do it.
That's not how you spell your last name either, honey.
He is nervous.
Keisha and David were,
Can I just cross it out?
I hesitate to say this, the most traditional couple that I saw all afternoon, because they had a huge wedding party. They packed the chapel with friends, little kids. Keisha's father walked her down the aisle.
And welcome him to your family.
You're welcome.
Look into his eyes and say, I, Keisha, take thee, David.
I, Keisha, take thee, David.
For my husband.
For my husband.
With this ring.
With this ring.
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
I think Charlotte is in love with love. And I think she feels like love is best expressed through marriage. And she'll do anything to get you married.
I know people that have spent $50,000, $150,000 on a wedding, and 6 months later they're divorced. So I don't think it matters so much where you get married. I think it matters who you marry. I have a little saying, it's called, don't marry the person that you can live with, marry the person that you cannot live without. And by the power vested in me by the state of Nevada, you're legally married, husband and wife, at 7 minutes after 4 o'clock. Yeah. Kiss your wife.
But why not the big, you know, in a hall with all the family and a band?
I don't have that many people that I care about enough to invite to my wedding.
And plus the expenses on top of it. If you're a regular person, you only make regular money. You know?
Right, sure, I know what that
is. This is about regular as you can get, and it's pretty, you know, it's down to earth.
People come from all over the world to get married here in Las Vegas. I even met a couple from Mexico, Fidado and Rica. They grew up together in the same neighborhood in Mexico, and now he's living here and working in Las Vegas. And he went back to visit her and just was so taken by her beauty and so in love with her, he said, I can't wait anymore. Come back with me right now and be my wife. And that's what she did. And so they stole away, ran here to Las Vegas, and you know what? Another hour, they're gonna be man and wife. So why the rush? How come you had to get married now?
Oh, because you know.
You couldn't wait.
Yeah.
How many weddings would you say that you do in a day?
Oh, I don't count them. I just count the love that they have in their hearts. I don't know. I don't count weddings, but I do a lot of them.
There's even a drive inside to the little white chapel, and you can just pull up to the window and get married right there in your front seat. And Shannon and Ray had just arrived from San Diego.
Why are you doing it this way?
It's
quick and easy.
quick and it's cheap.
And it's cheap?
Plus it's unique. No one we know has done this, so.
Oh, okay. So it's the unique factor is good. But your family's not here? You don't have any bridesmaids or anybody back in the trunk?
Actually, we still have our stuff in the car. We haven't checked in the hotel yet, but.
I really think it's romantic.
I know, we're gonna do this.
I think it's really exciting that two people could be here vacationing and just think, I don't want to spend another day. I don't want the sun to set without being married to you. That's really romantic to me. That's love.
Raymond, will you take Shannon for your wife? I'll take your sunglasses off. Will you promise to love and honor her, respect and keep her all the days of your life?
Yes.
And say, I, Raymond, take you, Shannon.
I, Raymond, take you, Shannon.
For my wife.
For my wife.
With this ring.
With this ring.
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Raymond and Shannon, by the power vested in me by the state of Nevada, here at the Little White Chapel drive-up wedding window on February the 22nd, 1997, you are legally married, husband and wife.
Here's
your 2 keychains. All right? And here's your change.
Thank you.
Have a good life and stay happy.
Thank you.
Love each other. Drive carefully.
Thanks.
And it was sort of like, have a good life together, check the oil every 3,000 miles, make sure the tank's full, and don't take any wooden nickels. All right, so you get married in a car, you go up to the drive-in window, it's like getting a hamburger. Are you going to go to McDonald's for the wedding dinner?
We haven't decided, probably a Taco Bell.
A Taco Bell drive-thru?
Yep.
All right, great. Okay. I heard that there were catfish in the bottom of Lake Mead the size of Volkswagens.
Please.
No, really. I also heard that 6 workers fell to their death and are buried in the concrete of the Hoover Dam.
That is so untrue. We'll straighten them out when we come back. Next on Travelers.
It could happen. Just 30 miles outside of Vegas is the Hoover Dam. It was built in the 1930s to control spring flooding along the Colorado River. Now, over 1 million people a year drive through the desert to come visit it. And at 726 feet tall, it's the tallest concrete dam in the U.S.
A byproduct of this marvel of flood control is an oasis in the vast desert surrounding Las Vegas. The Hoover Dam gave birth to Lake Mead, a 110-mile recreation area that extends all the way to the Grand Canyon. The lake provides boating, fishing, water skiing, even scuba diving to vacationers. But it's also a lifeline to the city of Las Vegas. Ooh, my first thought of Hoover Dam. Wow, yippee, some rocks in the water. Yay. But when you get out there and you actually see the size, the scope, the character of this monolith, I mean, this is a monument to American ingenuity and engineering. You can't help but be a little stunned. You can't help but be respectful.
So this is one of the 7
engineering wonders
of North America.
That's right. Yeah, we rank right up there with the interstate highway system, with Cape Kennedy or Cape Canaveral, depending how you want to call it, the Chicago Sears Tower, the Golden Gate and Oakland Bay Bridge systems, Panama Canal. All of these things were engineering marvels, things that they solved problems or did things that no one had ever done before.
One reason it's so exciting to me is when I was little, everything seemed big. Now that I'm older and bigger, there's not a lot of stuff that just blows me away. But when I saw the Hoover Dam, it reminded me of being a kid again.
The dam weighs 6.6 million tons. It's only 45 feet thick at the top, but it's 660 feet thick at the base. So you figure it's about 2 city blocks at the base. Now the top of the dam, the span across the top is 1,244 feet, and the bottom's only 78 feet wide. It's actually like an upside-down pyramid.
But yeah, you know, it's a dam. It doesn't really do anything except sit there and hold the water back. But in doing that, it brought life to this area.
Less than 1% of Vegas's total power comes out of Hoover Dam. But we're not here for electricity, like I said. The main thing here is for water control. Yeah, we can provide 1.3 million people with electricity. But by controlling the water the way we do, we provide 30 million people with water resources.
Okay, clarify something
Sure.
for us. I understand that there's catfish in the bottom of Hoover Dam the size of Volkswagens.
Well, first off, a lot of people believe that. A lot of people like to believe that. And it would be a great story. And there are certainly large catfish living near the base of the dam. Big Bob, for instance, he's about, I guess, 60, 70 pounds worth of catfish. But that's not quite not a Volkswagen.
Well, it depends how high he is.
That's true.
And if I'd been driving it, you know.
All right, tell him. He says you have, like, dead bodies in there.
People buried, not even Jimmy Hoffa is buried in the dam. There's nobody buried in Hoover Dam. It's a 60-year-old rumor we've been trying to kill now for 60 years.
I stand corrected.
We were thinking maybe somebody sort of just fell in by accident.
Well, there must have been deaths, right?
Well, certainly. Out of a workforce of 16,000 people, 96 men died.
Just falling
most of them died by either falling off of things or having things falling onto them. An interesting historical point. The first death that happened here was a gentleman named Joseph Tierney. He was on the survey crew. He drowned right in the middle of the Light River, just right over there, in fact. And that was back in 1923. The last death was his son. And that happened in 1935, to the day. Well, the thing that I like best about working here really is that Hoover Dam, it's a place that I can be proud of. Hoover Dam is one of those few places where people can come here and say, well, you know, the feds actually know what they're doing. They're doing something right. They're benefiting people and not destroying the world at the same time. And I like being part of that. That's my best part.
There's a lot of strange sights in Las Vegas. Some of them are in the night sky. Next on Travelers. One of the things Nevada is known for is a lot of UFO sightings. Rachel, Nevada has become the UFO capital of the world. Self-proclaimed, but all you have to do is go there, and you might start to believe if you have an open mind. Pat and Joe run the Alien. They moved to Rachel about 9 years ago. They bought this restaurant, which had a new owner every year, and they changed the name to the Alien, and they've owned it ever since.
We have become the place to go to watch for UFOs in the sky, or to have conversations about UFOs or abductions.
So they have this funky little place that's a kind of an alien speakeasy, you know. You can go in and have a nice talk. They have stuff all over the walls, books for sale, alien paraphernalia, little dolls of aliens. When was your first encounter? When did this all begin?
About the first year we were here, Joe and I were the only two people here. And through the center of our back door, and as you know, the doors are steel-clad doors, a beam of light actually came through the door, shot about 6 feet into the room, and illuminated the entire door jamb. It was at least 20 below zero outside when it happened, so you know I'm saying the doors were closed. It actually came through. It was a light, probably 4 inches, 3 inches.
Large flashlight.
Kind of loud, flashlight color.
And I looked at my wife, I said, you see what I think I just saw?
Were you the only ones in here?
Yeah.
There was no one out because it was so cold.
You know, even I said our diehard drunks weren't even out that night.
So it wasn't somebody with a high-powered light?
We looked outside. There was nothing visible at all.
When he came to the door, I said to her, I said, did you see what I think I just saw?
But you feel that you've experienced, you've got evidence, or in your hearts and souls, you feel that...
We feel that we have been visited, yes.
What was it like when Mom and Dad told you that they saw aliens, or they saw light come through the door?
Oh, it blew us away. I mean, all of us were just like, no. You know, there's something wrong.
They thought we were crazy, and they didn't know. And they actually got together to decide that someone had to come out here. They had to come and find out if Mom and Dad had really gone over the deep end.
And there was nothing wrong. They were our parents, and we believe what they saw. We believe that they feel they saw this.
Well, there's a lot of mystery around this place, Area 51, which is near here, right?
Definitely.
What's secrecy? What's it about, though? What is Area 51?
It's a top research facility.
Top secret, above top secret.
They have tested all kinds of planes. We know there's special ones out there now. Before the stealth was made public, it was...
The U-2 was developed there.
Right here. We've been told there's 6 different beings out in that area.
Really?
From other places.
Spacecraft that has landed there, or that they've taken there?
Beings.
Beings.
Perhaps
beings.
Both.
You know, like the large and the small nose gray?
No.
The reptile? The alien nation? The orange that was
depicted?
These are types of
aliens you're talking about?
Yes. These are types.
The
humanoid.
Tell me again.
Okay, there's the large and the small nose gray. There's the blue, the orange that was depicted in Alien Nation, the reptile, and the humanoid. We are told that they're all there.
All right, if I want to go look for UFOs, where should I go?
Well, probably your best starting point is going to be at the mailbox, just 19.5 miles from here.
So this is the famous mailbox, huh?
Yeah, this is known as the black mailbox, although for the last year it's been painted white. And it's just kind of a reference point out here. It has no significance other than it's a reference point. It marks a very good viewing area for the airspace above Area 51, which is located out to the southwest here over the low hills.
Okay. Pat and Joe are telling me that you're the guy to talk to about coming out here.
Well, there really are no experts when it comes to UFOs. I spent 3.5 years researching, photographing, observing this non-existent base back here.
Area 51.
Area 51. majority of the things that go on out there are design and research on new conventional aircraft, but they seem to have a section about 10 miles south of the main base where they do play with unusual technologies, for lack of a better name, UFO technology. The government agencies involved in this base seem to be in control of the operation of the UFOs that are seen in this area.
So they're not being driven by aliens?
I can't say that. The only thing I can say is they seem to be flying here in restricted airspace, at least with our full knowledge and consent. We're not trying to shoot them down.
I wanted to believe.
So you see anything?
Not so far tonight, no.
So what have you seen out here?
Well, probably the most spectacular sighting that I've had out here was in February of 1995. I was right here at this location, and I observed an orange pulsating light rise up from behind the low hills over there, go up to an altitude of about 2,000 feet, hover for about 10 minutes, and then slowly start descending back down toward the hills. Just sort of hovered for about 40 seconds at that position. And then suddenly, in one movement, it shot about 5 miles off toward the west and stopped instantly and hovered again. It did this in about a second or a second and a half. There was no sound, no sonic boom, but it just appeared as a pulsating orange, bright orange ball of light, sort of indefinite edges. It appeared to be about 20 foot across. But no structural detail, and then it vanished just as it hovered.
So Chuck, when did you start believing in UFOs?
In 1957, I was living in Los Angeles, and it was summer vacation. I was playing baseball with some of my friends, and about 35 of us observed 9 highly reflective silvery objects about a yard in diameter, basically dogfighting with a couple jet fighters out of Lockheed. And, you know, after a 40-minute encounter in broad daylight like that, it's hard not to believe that we had nothing in 1957 that could remotely do that.
I honestly didn't think that I was going to see a UFO. And in the back of my mind, I even thought, what would happen if we went there and all of a sudden something landed and abducted me? I'm very impressionable that way. What happened? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I met these 2 charming old people that are really in love, that really believe that there's invisible aliens in their bar.
I know that we are not alone. And I feel very, very positive that there are beings. Maybe some of them are not the gray aliens. Maybe there are some others that are here. Angels, who knows what they really are, but they fit together.
They're totally eccentric in that they live in this very out-of-the-way place, and they believe in very weird things, you know. But they don't have any malice to them. They don't hurt anybody. They just have this wonderful belief in UFOs and aliens and other life forms from other planets.
How do you know? I mean, if an alien comes here, how do you know what they're going to do?
Did they hurt you tonight sitting there next to you?
No, in fact, I feel really good.
See?
Is that the aliens, or is that your good company?
No, it's the combination.
But why weren't you afraid?
We don't know.
I was sitting on one side of the bar. They're sitting there together. This charming old couple, and they're telling me that there's invisible aliens all around me. Well, if they believe it, and I believe they believe it, if they believe it, then they're there. They're not hurting anybody, you know?
Next on Travelers.
We're going skydiving without a plane.
Nice outfit.
In the middle of Las Vegas, city of extremes, is this place called Las Vegas Flyaway. It's the only place west of the Mississippi
where you can drop 30 bucks and experience a simulated free fall like you'd experience if you jumped out of an airplane.
So you go in there and you put a big suit on that actually catches the wind. Get a few lessons on how to balance yourself, what kind of body positions to get into. Put a helmet and goggles on just to protect yourself and keep your eyes from shooting out the back of your head. And then get a few lessons and jump into the wind. I mean, they've done everything they can to protect you. But having that suit and all that material, you feel like a clown.
How fast is this wind that's shooting up?
Airspeed at full speed is about 115 miles per hour. We're going to vary the speed depending on the skill level and how big the person is, what their body position looks like. Different factors will change our decision on how much airspeed a person gets. At full airspeed, though, it's pretty close to the same skydiving.
It's a matter of learning how to balance your body. And we did it on this bench, and all three of us went through it.
This is called the stable body position?
Yeah, it's your stable body position. And in skydiving, we call this a dirt dive, where we take you out, lay you on the ground and check you out before we take you into the air. Legs apart a little bit more, and let your knees bend a little. Okay? Excellent. You're going to fly great. Let your knees bend just a little bit. You got a real good body position. Hey!
This is to make it more attractive, the whole look?
Definitely. I feel like a bug. You're looking better every second. Good. Watch your step. Spread out. Yes, okay.
Wow,
Spread apart a little bit. Practice your tuck and roll. Watch me. Now, you guys, practice.
At first, I thought this was going to be like a feather in the wind, but it's like a feather in a tornado. The wind is so powerful that it will support you, and not only support you lying flat out in it, it will send you straight to the roof. They can control the speed, so you get a little bit of air, a lot of air, because otherwise they'd send Michelle straight out of the building.
What it is basically is a large motor with a propeller modified to fit underneath that can create air speeds up to about 110 to 115 miles per hour. Now we have an air column that's about 13 feet diameter, about 22 feet tall, so that gives you a nice big flying area to have fun in.
And you can jump from one of these padded benches right into the center of this tunnel and sit there and float in midair with the aid of a capable instructor.
The funnest part of skydiving is when you have to throw your entire body into the wind. You're really throwing yourself, you're really throwing caution to the wind, literally. And you have to hurl your entire body into empty space, and you have to trust that this column of air is going to support you and lift you up. And once you let go of the fear that I'm going to fall and land on my face, you really have to relax, and you find yourself flying.
Yeah, this is a casino coin from one of the local casinos. Somebody left this in their pocket, and
it's bent.
It's bent. They left it in their pocket, and we tell people to remove all their jewelry and have all their pockets emptied out. That can be just as dangerous as falling the wrong way and getting hurt like that. Having something hit you can be very dangerous. You can imagine what it would feel like to be hit something that size going 100 miles an hour.
I was a little nervous, of course, being there with Pierce, because not only is there potential for bodily harm for me, but, you know, Pierce could fall on me and break me in half too. And that's something Pierce would do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah! Where are you, man?
All right.
Good job. I love your hair.
How you doing? Man, you guys carry me the rest of the way. I'm beat. I don't think I've slept since we got here.
We didn't.
It just doesn't end, you know?
It doesn't.
Oh,
it goes on 24 hours a day here. You know, it's what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on the outside, because inside it's 24 hours a day.
But they built these entire communities in there. You can eat, sleep, gamble, see a show, do everything you need to do
at
in
any
Vegas.
time of day.
Get married and get divorced.
That's right.
And you don't ever have to leave the building.
That's right.
They've even got walkways between the buildings so you don't even have to see the sun.
So what are we doing out here?
I don't know. I don't know. But you know what I'd love to see again?
What?
The circus. Cirque du Soleil was absolutely worth the trip. I would come here just for that. That was incredible.
Well, the options for entertainment here are just endless. You can do everything, and I never would have expected that we'd be going skydiving indoors.
I know, that's like you can sit back and watch stuff, or you can join in on stuff.
No kidding, and I can't believe how wonderful it was. So exhilarating to be flying. You can do anything here. Anything you want, anything you can imagine, you can do it here.
And if you get tired of here, like I just got overdone by the noise, you know, it's just everywhere, outside, inside. It's either slot machines clanging, or tour buses going by, or people screaming at you. The quietest time is to leave Las Vegas and go to a quaint little town like Rachel, Nevada, and sit with a bunch of invisible aliens in a bar.
I was so hoping you'd get abducted. I
did.
I don't want to miss you, but...
I did. This isn't really me.
Oh, great. We're out of time. We'll see you next time on Traveler.
Elvis has left the building.
Thank
We're
you.
taking him back in again.
Bye.
Come on!